Hey YouTube, welcome to this installment of the Evian blog. So what makes this installment so special? Well, firstly, it's recorded entirely on webcam and on computer. So basically what that means is everything is going to be done on this webcam, which is the Logitech C910 Full HD webcam. I'm going to see if there's a frame rate issue with the new recording software that I'm using, or if it's actually working well. I know it is a USB 2 product, but I do have it plugged directly into a USB 3 interface, so maybe that'll help in some way or another. And what we're also going to do is we're going to take a look and see how it stacks up for review purposes, doing, like I said, full HD video clips, etc. And we can pretty much see how it goes over the next couple of days. So let's take it easy and let's get straight into this review. So today, what are we going to be talking about today? So today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different from my usual electronics stuff. As some of you may or may not know, I do run an internet service provider and various other electronics side, IT support, etc. So what we're going to be talking about today is one of my favorite products in the networking game, and that is the Mikrotik router board. Now these specific routers over here, along with the Ubiquitys, are amongst my favorite to use in the field, especially for corporate-based companies, etc. I also enjoy the Mikrotik 2011, 2013s, etc. For more like sort of detailed management, etc. But in so saying, these little Mikrotik boards like this and the Ubiquiti ones are actually really nice for use out in the field. They're very strong. This is the router board 450G. So router board 450G, little guy over here. But let's go and take a look at the interface of this thing. But before we do that, let's just talk a little bit about it. So when you look at the interfaces here on this thing over here, you've got various. You've got EDH1 to EDH5, which is Ethernet 1 to Ethernet 5. Ethernet 1 can accept PoE, power over Ethernet, so you can power this thing through that jack as well if you've got an PoE adapter or something in line. But you can also power it from its standard DC source up to about 30 volts, I think it is. And then what you would do is you can program this to be your incoming WAN connection, and you can program these to be sub-networks, etc. What makes this better from your run-of-the-mill stuff that you buy at companies like Matrix Computers, etc., is that the ones you buy for home use are not aimed for management and stuff like that, whereas this guy over here, you could actually have a separate network on each of these ports, each one making use of the internet being supplied through this port over here, and you can manage the bandwidth on them, which I'm going to show you guys now on the interface. I'm not going to log into this interface. I'm going to log into another interface of a 2011 router, which is a little bit bigger than, well, quite a bit bigger than this. It's a 10 port, and then you guys can actually get a better idea of how you set it up, and I can show you how I've structured a 3-company setup on the existing one. So let's jump in and have a look. Okay, so the first thing that we need to take note of is we open up our utilities and we open up our Winbox. Then we can connect to our router in question, and there you have it. It's the base of the router itself. This is the Mikrotik 2011 model router. Let's just see here if it actually shows it anywhere. No, it does. Oh, there we go. RB 2011 UIS Evian Group, and then the basic setup is as follows on this one. This is quite a complicated one. Like I said, it's got 10 Ethernet ports. The one I showed you guys has only got 5. And then here we've got the bridge. Let's not get involved with that there, but you've got your main connection. Ether 1, this is your incoming internet connection. Ethernet 1 I'm pretty much using with the triple PoE connection. To create the connection to the ISP, and the SFP1 port over here will be the fiber port once the fiber optic cable comes into the building. Then we've got our 3 sub-networks, 3 companies basically, and you can pretty much monitor what sort of usage they're doing, etc. You can pretty much do all sorts of things like limiting their bandwidths, pretty much, or receive and transmit bandwidths. You can check statistics, you can check traffic in and out of that network, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, it's all in all, it's a really nice routing product. A lot more powerful than your base level stuff. Now, the beauty of these products is you do also have graphing capabilities, which I'll show you guys now. But you've got, you know what, there's all sorts of accounting things you can do over here. you can take a snapshot and see what is exactly doing what at this very given moment in time. Like, I can see now that we've got this upstream router, I know this is one of the sub-company routers, is making connections to all these sort of services over here. And you can keep an eye on things and pretty much see who's doing what at any given time, which is brilliant. It's really great. You can, geez, there's so much you can do with these routers, it's just not true. If you go through here, you can pretty much see your traffic monitors. You can include traffic monitors. Let's put one on to the Mitzel line, traffic received above, always, let's just say always, apply, okay, traffic monitors in place. Okay, now we can let that run. And then pretty much we can see exactly what's going on. But yeah, there's so much setups you can do here in the systems itself. You've got all your various things, your watchdogs, your LEDs, your display settings, pretty much everything in here. You can even manage wireless devices from here if you want to. I'm not saying you have to. This specific router has an LCD display on the front which you can work on. You can work in the terminal over here if you prefer using terminal commands to control it, whatever the case may be. Now, something of interest to those who are thinking of making use of one of these routers is you can also access the same information from here, but subsequently without logging in, I've given access to the graphs. So each company can come in and they can basically see what their current usage is on the internet. This is their 5-minute average daily graph, your weekly graph, your monthly graph. You can actually see on the days, your Tuesday, Wednesday was a public holiday. It's a bit of a blip over there. Thursday, Friday, you can see their usage, etc. Weeks, yearly averages, etc. So this was only put into place a week ago, so it's still growing with information. And as you can see, here we had some heavy usage that's been sorted out, and then things sort of reverted back to normal, so happy days with that. But yeah, it does allow you to keep control and tight control over everything on your network, so definitely worthwhile looking at. So as can be seen from that very simple little look at the router boards, Mikrotik router boards, they're actually pretty decent. They get the job done quite well, and they're a lot better than something like this piece of crap EDMAX over here. Look, this one's a few years old and it's working well, but the proper Mikrotik router boards are way superior to these. From a management perspective and etc., these things are just absolutely mind-blowingly simple to use. You'll never ever ever have issues per se with these. Well, I wouldn't say never, but they definitely do just make the job a lot easier. So if you're looking for something reliable, get your hands on those, and in an upcoming video we'll do a review of the Ubiquiti ones, and if anybody needs to know a little bit more about these things, we'll obviously be doing that. So this was the first part installation of computer networking. What we're going to do is we're going to do a whole series on computer networking, including fiber, Cat5, Cat5e, Cat6, etc., right through the crimping tools, network cable testing, setting up LANs, WANs, whatever you need to do. We'll basically talk you guys through it. It'll run in parallel with our existing videos on electronics design tutorials, etc., and of course our reviews. So we'll be reviewing some IT-based equipment, and we'll also be teaching you guys a little bit about that there. So guys, thanks for watching this episode, and until next time, have a great weekend.